Hey, it's Marte, and I am back with another Taytalk, and I'm super excited because today I am bringing on someone that I love very much,
Dun dun
and
dun.
I have mentioned him before in some of our other Taytalks because I told everyone when February started that we were going to do, and it is no longer February. I am aware. Thank you for all of you who are like, it's not February, girl. I know. But in February of 2022, I really felt led to do a relationship series, and I wanted to start it off on my own. And then I told you guys that I wanted to bring when I started it, he was my boyfriend, and in the middle of all that, he became my fiance. This is the incredible, the lovely, the handsome Carlos. I feel like there should be applause. Like, so today, I actually have some scripts, not scripts per se, but like prompts. That's a better word for them. That I want us to talk about because I feel like dating, especially when you're Christian, is so hyperbolic. Like, in the sense of no one really talks about it. Everybody talks about what you do when you're married or what you do when you're single. But what happens in the middle? Like, when you want to be married or you want to have a significant other and you're not really single and you're like being pursued by a guy or a girl, or what do you do? So today I wanted to address this because I feel like Carlos and I have sat in on some conversations with some girls. I have a lot of girlfriends and they're incredible, and a lot of them are dating. And I went through this too, so I feel like I finally came to a place that I understand. But I want to talk about, well, basically, you guys saw the title of the video. It's 10 signs that he doesn't want to date you. What do you think about that?
I will get into it, but yeah, this is definitely something that you want to have a conversation before you get to the boyfriend girlfriend part. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully I can shed some light on that.
I feel like as women too, we just have this knack for jumping ahead, like way too far too quickly. And yeah, I mean, I used to do it too. Like, you like someone, they want to spend time with you. And I think that's one of the major ways us women feel loved is when people spend attention on us. So, like, if a guy is giving us different kinds of attention and it seems unique, like it doesn't fit into the normal friendship box, you think he likes you. And I've made that mistake many times, and I love your face. He's already making faces, y'all, because he has a
Yeah, I
lot to
can't hide my
say.
face.
His face, it's funny, he makes these faces. I cannot read them all the time, but like they're very expressive, so I'm
Yeah,
still
you're
learning.
bad at reading them.
I'm still learning. Wow, be nice, okay? Don't bust me out in front of everybody. No, I'm just kidding. I am pretty bad at reading them, though. Okay, so I wanted to get into this mostly because I do have a history myself. You know, I'm not going to go super deep into it, but I feel like I've been led on by different guys in my past who did give me that unique attention. And then I felt like, oh, he likes me. So naturally, I felt the freedom and like the green light to like him back. And then, you know, one time it was for 2 years. I know. When he makes those faces, it makes me like realize the depth of what I'm saying, and it hurts so bad. This is why we're getting married, amen. All right, cool.
Hallelujah.
But you know, one time it was for 2 years. I thought that this friend, we were having conversations on the phone. His mom was hitting me up at Christmas time to like write him a note for Christmas gifts and all of this different stuff. And I felt like I was really special and unique and that this was going somewhere. Turns out, when I asked him, because I felt like I can't live in the suspense of not knowing, does he like me or am I wasting my time? And then I asked him with all my courage. One of my girlfriends was like, I'll pray over you and send you out like a lioness before I did it. We were so weird. And I think about it, like I kind of needed it in the moment, but I look back, I'm like, man, we were going through some stuff. And he said he only saw me as a sister. So,
It's funny sometimes. Usually when it gets to that point, it's probably already too late.
okay, speak more about that.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if for 2 years, it was bubbling up, and if nothing progressed at that moment, then it was probably too late already.
Okay,
Not
so,
saying always, but
well, why? Because, okay, we're talking to a lot of our little sisters on here, and then even some guys. I think this is good for guys to know what they're doing to a lot of these females out here.
Even with a guy who always gets put in the friend zone, I feel like there's a certain moment in a certain amount of time that you have to make your move before you get put in that box. So I don't know what that time is,
but it's not a long amount of time.
It ain't 2 years.
It's not 2 years, okay? Cool. I'm glad. I'm done. I'm going to be laughing a lot. I cannot not laugh around him. So, okay, I want to start this off by asking you a question, babe. How do guys, I have brothers, so I felt like, I had a lot of conversations, especially with my older brother, who kept it 100 with me and was like, yeah, ditch him. He doesn't really like you. Right. And I'm like, but wait, it feels like he does. And he was like, no, he doesn't. And then give him a shot. Like, it seems like he really does like you. And I'd be like, but, all these things. And then he'd be like, no, seems like a good guy. How do guys approach dating? Like, take me through the process. Like, you're a man. You want to get married. How do you even approach this? Okay,
so I'm glad you said that. So I'm a guy that wants to get married eventually, like soon.
Yeah, like you don't, your desire is for marriage. Like you want to have a wife.
I think you just kind of want to. I think the smartest thing to do is to go through your must-haves.
Ooh, okay.
Your needs versus your wants. I feel like that's where we all get in trouble. It's like our wants somehow creep up, and it's above our needs now.
Oh, yeah. So we were talking about this the other day.
Yeah. So and especially with like social media and being on Tinder, being a Tinder swindler. No.
I fell asleep through that. We both fell asleep through that. We were like, that. We don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah. Being on those type of sites, you just, you're looking at pictures all day, like swiping left, swiping right, swiping left. And you might look at the bio and this and that, and then you get a message that says, hey. And then you're like, he didn't even come hard with that. He just said, hey. But then the guys get the same thing, hey. And then you expect a response from us. But I'm getting off track here.
Yeah, I was like, is this an accusational
but no,
feud?
But you want to make sure you have a list of needs that you want. And they all shouldn't be, she has to look beautiful. She has to cook. She has to clean. Things like that.
Or he is not tall enough.
Oh yeah, that's a big one too. So I feel like people miss out on what exactly they're looking for or what they exactly need when they start weeding people out because of those criteria. So
yeah, no, that's good. We were talking the other night about, and I don't know who we were with. Maybe it was just us, but I was kind of in a bad place with my list personally, and we'll get even more into how you start to date as a man, like how you think about it. But as a woman, what I think about, like a lot of Christian women especially, we're kind of told and led to believe, not always told like verbally, but like people will insinuate, hey, you need to just wait on God so you don't do anything. Like just look cute and pray a lot. And I mean, that is important. You don't want to look busted because guys are attracted to your looks. That's the first thing. We're all attracted to each other physically. And like that's just what it is, unless you're on that show, Love is Blind, okay? It's just what it is.
It's a good show.
And so we watch too many shows right now. The pandemic has really pray for us.
It was pre-pandemic for me, so I don't know what you're talking about.
I've never been a show person until the pandemic. Anyways, off topic. But so a lot of us are so told to either look good and pray, and that's really it, and the Lord will bring someone. And if that's really what the Lord has witnessed to you, I think you should do that. But a lot of us, that's not what he has witnessed to us. That's what the lady at the church conference or the youth conference we went to 5 years ago said to do. And the reality is I think it's James 2. I mentioned it in another video that talks about faith without works is dead. If I got that wrong, please let me know in the comments. But I've been challenged, and that's actually how I found you, by some really amazing spiritual mentors. No. You actually did find me, which is biblical. I'm just kidding. To put myself out there and to put my hand to the plow in the sense of not be desperate and start chasing people down and be desperate. I think desperation repels most people. But to put myself on a dating app, because that widens the door for people to
that's not desperate.
see me and like want to pursue me. Like a lot of us are not even just really out there at all. And I think you have to be led with that. I have other videos on that. I'll put them in the description of this video or this podcast, and you can go check those out because there really is like a good God-led, I don't want to call it balance because it's not a balance, a God-led way to go about this. You don't have to be desperate. At the same time, I don't know about like hiding in your house and hoping that he'll show up on your doorstep. Some people are going to hate me for that, but I just think there's a good balance, and I think the Lord can lead you in that. I want to get back to guys and how they pursue dating. Like what is, actually, let me get back to this question, how I wrote it. I put, how do guys approach dating? So you have your list, right? I think girls, we have our list too. Another thing I want to say before I toss the ball back to you, I was telling Carlos the other day that, you know, when I first jumped into dating, I had like these crazy requirements, like that I didn't think was crazy. And a lot of them were physical. Like I knew I wanted a man that loved Jesus, check, you know what I mean? Has good character, check. Loves his family, a family man, check. At the same time, I also wanted someone who was like above 6 feet tall. Carlos is not. And I wanted someone, a lot of people will be like, he needs to make $100,000 a year. I personally did not feel that way, but I hear so many women that are like, he has to be 6 feet tall and make $100,000 a year. When the average income in America is what, like 40,000 for a man, 45,000. Anthony O'Neill speaks about this all the time. It's max $45,000. That's average in America. And the average, well, let's not say the average guy who's what his height is, but let's just say this is a stat, and I think Rebecca Lynn Pope and a lot of people that I've watched on the internet who talk about this stuff all the time, they say that only 10% of American guys, according to studies, are over 6 feet tall. So if you take, and I think it's like only, wait, I think I'm getting my stats mixed up. I'm sorry. I will put this in the description, forgive me, but I believe it's only 3% of American guys are over 6 feet tall, and then 10% of American guys make $100,000 a year. So if you want both of those things, you take 10% times 3%, and you get like a really small number of guys that you have open in your dating pool. So I just want to say that. Okay, anyways, that was a long spill, but please tell me how guys approach dating. So you have your list, then what?
I mean, you just start swiping if we do it online. But I mean, you kind of want to know, like, I mean, you want to make yourself available, kind of like what you said. So go different places. Maybe not to the club, you know, it's probably not smart, but you just want to be out and about. I know that's probably hard during the pandemic, but if you're not doing the online route, then you just kind of want to be maybe coffee shop. Well, you know, Barnes and Noble, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you might be lucky to see someone on the street. The hard thing, though, is with guys, you have to have the courage to actually say something.
Yeah, it's hard
to the
nowadays.
woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I think a lot of people go online, because it's easier to approach someone that you think you might have something in common with, or that you find attractive.
Yeah.
So
That's good to know.
Yeah. But I don't know what else you want from that. Like,
No, I think that's it. I think it's pretty simple, actually,
Yeah, it's
because
really
it's very
simple.
simple.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, just a lot of women that I've heard lately are like, a lot of my friends, I'd say like 50% are cool with online dating of my friends. And then the other 50 are like, it's not for me. I feel some people are ashamed to use it. Some people feel like it's not godly. It really is. It's kind of like not the tool that you use that's ungodly. It's how you use the tool. Like music can be very spiritual. I think it's very spiritual no matter what. And it can be really demonic. It can be super godly. It can be holy. It can be unholy. I think you have to discern that. And that's what's hard. Like that's what a mature believer does. You discern how to use something for the glory of God versus like just saying that tool is horrible.
Well, I think the misconception that people have with online dating is exactly what you said, but you got to realize things are different nowadays. So we're not all like confined to our own little neighborhood back in, I don't know how long it was, but you know, we have cars, we have buses and trains and airplanes, and we have a little tool that we carry around everywhere that allows us to connect with people across the world. So
Wait, what is that?
You should know. You always on it. Your smartphone.
I know you're not trying to play me because you were just texting. So
What? Anyways, so I think it's just a way to communicate with people not within your close proximity. So
Yeah.
back in the days, it was so easy for us to, find a mate, a match within our city because we didn't go anywhere. We would find someone who was close to us that we felt was a good match for us that would make a good wife or a good husband. Now you have all this possibility.
endless options. It feels
Endless
like.
options. So then you can't choose on one, and then you become even more picky.
Yeah, it's like buyer's remorse. Like I just bought my wedding dress.
Well, I think they call
and
it
I'm struggling.
the choice paradox.
The choice paradox. You're like, I
Yes.
bought one, but I know there's like 100 more out
there's-
there.
right.
So let
The
me go look.
grass has got
and-
to be green on the other side.
Yeah, and it's
He's
not.
missing this one piece, so I need to go find.
But the grass is greener where you water it.
Yeah, true. Unless it's scorching heat somewhere. I don't know.
Unless there was never seeds
Stop it.
planted
Just
to
stop.
start with.
Just stop.
But like, I really do feel like that, we're really kind of getting off diverting here, but I think this is good. My pastor, Pastor Greg, this Sunday was talking about how, people are waiting for God to be like, it's this person, it's that person, it's this person. When God has given you the mind of Christ, and the Bible says you have the mind of Christ. And so you might have 3 amazing options, 3 guys that love God. So that means they're equally yoked because they love Jesus. That's their Lord. They're incredible. They're creative, like whatever you want. And you're like freaking out. Like, no, choose one and decide. Let the Lord bless that. Make sure you have peace in your heart when you do it. Then you're okay to do it. The Lord has said yes. And then, water that grass there and it will become something beautiful. But anybody in any relationship, whether it started off good or bad, or usually good, if you don't water that relationship, it turns bad.
Yeah, and I will say another thing too is sometimes when you get to that point where you feel like you're making your choice, if it's between a few different guys that just have your attention, I feel like if we haven't really dug deep into ourselves and maybe our dating past and what we actually need rather than what we want, then we're gonna end up choosing that wrong person. So.
Oh, he's such a papa, such a counselor. I love it. Okay, so let's dig into 10 signs that he doesn't want to date you. They're kind of situations, and I want you to speak into them and kind of give us, I cannot wait to hear these answers because I want to hear too. It's so juicy. What a guy would be thinking in this situation. So usually these are situations that us girls think are filled with hope. But then when I talk to my brothers or you're like, yeah, no. And then you got to tell us why. Okay. So the first situation is he wants to hang out with you, but never says anything. Does that make sense? Like he wants to hang out with you, but like doesn't ever
Let's
say
hang
anything.
out. And then you're just sitting there like, okay, what are we going to do?
Yeah. Or he never actually sets a date or something.
I feel like if I were to do that, that just means I want to stay on your mind, that I'm interested, but not interested enough to actually set up a date because I might have an interest somewhere else.
Wow.
That's
okay.
just my opinion.
No, that's so good.
That's what I would do.
Because I feel like I've seen Christian men do this too. And I just love that you're a man right now. This is great. Because I feel like I'm getting the key.
Well, yeah, because if I had intentions and I say, hey, we should hang out, then I would tell you, all right, this is what I was thinking. Tell me what you're thinking. But if I just left it like that, then now if I was
there's
a
probably
woman,
someone else that you are more interested in.
it could be a possibility, or it could be like I'm planning on hanging out with the boys, but I just wanted to know that I'm interested. I want to hang out eventually.
Keep the option there.
Yeah, possibly.
So if a guy liked you, because I feel like girls are asking this on the other side of the screen. If a guy likes you, will he set something up? So if the guy is keeping me waiting, does he like me?
He might like you, but he doesn't like you enough to intentionally set something up. Or he's playing hard to get, which I think a lot of guys try to do nowadays, but to me, it's stupid. You're playing mind games for no reason.
I hate that. Yeah, I can't
Yeah, you're
do
just
it.
playing mind games for no reason. Hey, if it's there, you want to hang out, we'll set something up. If not, then I'll just move on.
Oh, let's just see where it goes. Or because you didn't want to put that pressure
Yeah.
on him.
I would say some guys are probably okay with that. They like the chase. I'm straight to the point. So I've actually tried to encourage girls to, like, if you really like him, say something. Go up to him. And then some girls be like, oh my gosh, like, I can't go up to him. Like, that's nerve wracking. Like, well, that's how guys feel. That's probably
All the time.
So if you got
Oh, I
two
feel
people
for you
sitting
guys.
there like, oh, I don't want to go talk to them. I think they're cute and I think we'd be a great match. Then no one's going to talk to it, to the other. So,
Yeah.
but so I just think, especially in 2022, be more intentional, be more direct. You can be more direct. I feel you have the freedom to do that.
It's so powerful.
If you like a guy, be honest. Don't try to beat around the bush because guys, that'll go right over our head. Like, well, she ain't said nothing.
They don't get signals,
We hung
ladies.
out. We went on 2 dates. I didn't call them a date, but we hung out twice, and she ignored my calls or this and that, and so I'm just gonna move on to something else. And then the whole time you're like, I really liked him. I really liked you.
And then she's feeling the same way. Like, I really liked him, but like he's not calling me back now because now he's on like back burner mode with you.
Yeah.
And dang, that's crazy how that happens. Okay. Number 3, he texts to see what you're doing, but never calls and never asks you to do anything. Like he'll text you, but like he'll never answer your phone calls when you like go to call him
Oh,
or ask you to do anything. Like, but he'll text you randomly.
that's probably about the same situation. That's you're on the back burner. I'm keeping you in my list of women to hit up, but I know it's not going anywhere. But in case it does, just letting you know you're still on my mind.
So you're like 1 out of 3 options, probably.
And this could not be the case, but in my mind, if I was playing the game like that, if I'm just texting you, what you doing? And I'm just sitting here watch TV. Cool. I mean, unless
Yeah,
you're just a
yeah.
friend, then I was never intentionally going to do anything with you or set anything up.
Wow. Okay. I feel like I'm like I've been in a lot of these situations.
Giving away
so I'm
all
like,
the guys' secrets. My bad.
I know, but this is to help our sisters who need just like a little
So we're going
encouragement.
to do one for the guys then.
We should do one for the guys. You got to come with the situations though, because I don't
It's
know
the same? Okay, we're just going to flip
the script.
roles,
Okay,
yeah.
then maybe we should. Okay, number 4, he always wants you to go over to his place and doesn't want to take you on a proper date.
Ooh, yeah, that's a red flag. Yeah, if he
Why are you laughing? You make me
No.
nervous.
No, yeah, that's a bad sign right there. That just almost means like he has somebody that he's his main girl and he doesn't really want to be in public with you. And so you could possibly be spotted with him and then he be in trouble.
Oh, I never thought of it like that.
I hate to say it, you just not cute enough to have in public.
Oh, wow. But then, like, why bother to have me over if I'm not cute at all to you like
He
that?
likes your company, but to his fellas and to the outer world,
He's kind
he
of
doesn't-
embarrassed?
He could be embarrassed.
Wow. Something
Or
to
he
think
could just be a
about.
homebody. That's the last case scenario.
Y'all, we're not like certified mind readers, so we could be off on a lot of this. So make sure you take all these to the Lord. Let me just say that. Disclaimer. I should have started with that. Number 5, he only texts you after dark. It's kind of around the
Depends on
similar
what he's
situation.
texting you for one. I mean, maybe he works late and then doesn't text you till he gets off. But
That's true. That could be
yeah,
true.
it just depends on what he's texting you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you give him the right response, he probably ain't gonna keep texting you just at night. I'm just saying.
Like, what's the right response? Like,
I mean, if he's saying you up, like, you know,
I
like,
hate this. I've had people do that to me.
if you up,
I don't
and-
even respond.
and you ain't trying to even entertain that, then you just ignore him or say yup, and you stand where you at, or or just
Yeah.
shut it down.
Yeah, shut it down.
Then he ain't gonna text you at night no more like that.
Yeah, he's gonna get the
He
sign.
gonna be like, yeah, she ain't. Going
I think
for that.
some of us women were like, I'm gonna text him back because I'm scared that if I shut him down, I'm gonna lose this one.
I mean, you can shut him down without being rude.
Like, what's an example? Like,
I'm about to go to bed.
yes, I'm up, but I'm about to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. Would he know not to text me back at night like that again?
Well, then at some point you might just have to stop texting him back. Like, man, I crashed last night. What'd you want?
Yeah, that's true. Next
Then
morning.
make them be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just seeing what you was doing. That's all. Yeah, okay.
Sure you were. Oh my gosh, this makes me so glad that I'm like leaving the dating game because I have experienced all of these. Oh God. Okay, number 6. It takes him a while to respond.
That's a hard one.
Like always.
Yeah, I feel like guys can get that too from women.
Oh, for sure.
He could be busy, or he could be playing hard to get. Sometimes when you respond too fast, I feel like women get turned off. Like, oh my gosh, he's got nothing else to do, and he just texts me all the time. So they try to play hard to get. Like, yeah, I'm so busy out here being an entrepreneur. I ain't got time for you, girl. I get to you when I get to you.
I'm so busy, girl. But I love you, girl.
And then it'd be like 10 o'clock at night. Then he'd be like, you up? No.
Help us, Lord.
No, but yeah. So probably one of those two scenarios. He's really actually busy. But I always say if someone's busy, they will make time for you. But
Agree.
I would say at the beginning, you're not going to know if this person is going to be the one. So he could actually be busy. But if he actually is intentional and wants to set up a date and you guys hang out and then he's obviously and realistically busy, then he's going to make time eventually. Like, yeah, I'm going to text her back, or I'm about to be in this meeting this long. So, if you don't get a text from me, then that why.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Yeah, I feel like when we met, I was pretty busy. I think you were pretty busy. We were both working a lot. But I think we were really excited. And though we didn't text all the time.
No, there's a happy balance for sure.
We would make what we texted really meaningful.
Yeah, I think when we text at the beginning, it was always to set up another meetup. Because I feel like that's another issue when you're dating online. You might get the personal number or this and that, but then you stay on the phone the whole time.
Yeah, get
it's like
out there.
You don't want to meet up with the person, so you're having this phone relationship. So I feel like that's the issue, because then it gets kind of boring because you can't match the personality or the mannerisms with the person. So
yeah,
can't tell if if he's funny, if he's just funny on text.
Yeah,
he's really funny looking in person.
Well, one thing Carlos did to me, which I was kind of starting to do to others, is like there's just so much riffraff online, as well as amazing people. A good balance, I think, of both. But he challenged me right away. I don't think we even texted a long time, in the app. It was maybe a day or two, and you were like, let's have a video chat. When are you free? Let's set up a time. And then he chatted me from the app, and I was cooking chili, and he was like, what are you doing?
Right, yeah. Well, I just think it's ever since the pandemic, the online dating apps have made that an option to do video chats within the app, so you don't even have to exchange information.
Right.
So you can skip past the, hey, what do you like to do? What kind of activities are you into?
Yeah.
All that stuff, and actually have, it's not actual in person, but you can put a face with the person.
Right.
You can see
right
what
away.
their personality is, and then you can kind of gauge you know what, this might go somewhere, as far as I could see us going out on a date, or you can be like, nah, that's not gonna happen.
Right. You can get a good sense of the
yeah,
person.
for sure. Rather than
right away
sending a message back and forth, and you're like, oh, I'm still scrolling through their pictures, the same 5 pictures
that are
pictures.
professionally taken and
exactly.
photoshopped.
So yeah, I would definitely encourage anyone out there dating to actually do a video chat before you even set up the first date, because then you don't waste your time, guys. I know we spend a lot of money taking girls out for really trying to search for the one, so you can prevent that just by doing a video
quick
chat
video
and being
chat.
like, yeah, nah, she don't look like her pictures. Sounds vain, but people say that. Or yeah, we didn't really mesh well. And then it would prevent you from spending money on a girl who wasn't that into you, because some girls would probably still be like, well, I don't know if I like them, but you trying to take me out to eat? Okay, let's go. And then you wasted your money, right? So
right. No, it's expensive out here, and you want to take a girl to a nice restaurant, and so
not too nice.
I mean, we went to a pretty mid-range restaurant that you paid for our first date.
That's because we did the video chat. Now, if we
that's
had
true.
not did that, I always say we going out for drinks, 2 max, or we going out to ice cream. Listen,
something really simple, which is simple,
right? Simple.
Doesn't
and
have
not
to be
expensive,
extravagant. Yeah,
and not
coffee.
So
or even for a walk.
If you try to wine and dine a girl that you just talked to online, or maybe talked to on the phone once or twice, and she could be like, thank you. See you later. It was been nice knowing you. This didn't really work out.
I'm mad that you did the finger licking. That's horrible. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get through these. Hold on. I have like 3 more.
Okay.
7. He constantly flakes on you.
Oh yeah, kick him to the curb. You get 2 tries with me. First time you flake, I'm like,
Carlos ain't playing, y'all.
no.
That's why I love this man.
If you have a good excuse, I'm like, I'll let you slide. But the thing is, if they flake, do they come back with you know what, let's reschedule for this date?
Yes.
Or can we reschedule? So if they don't even say that and they're just like, my bad, then no, that's disrespectful.
No.
That's disrespectful. So you need to move on if that happens. But
Y'all got the Midwestern accent coming out. Then no.
But if they're like, yeah, we should reschedule, my bad, I'm so sorry, then yeah, you can reschedule. And they do it again, then you just like, you got too much drama in your life to be dating for one.
Yeah,
So,
you need to go see a counselor, get it figured
so
out.
we just ain't gonna match up. Because you know me, I'm always on time and be where I say I'm gonna be at. So
I be dragging, but he loves me anyways. Amen. Number 8, babe, we are just having a good time is what they tell you.
Oh, that's the key word for it. This ain't going into a relationship, not at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's like, yeah, we're just having a good time. Like, yeah, I don't want to be tied up. I know you don't want to be tied up. So, yeah, we just having fun.
Yes. Okay. Number 9, he ghosts you. What is, like, decode that for us? Because I think, this is so good because I have been ghosted maybe twice. Someone that I actually went on dates with and then just disappeared. Mm-hmm. And then, I mean, he did come back like literally a year later.
So I think they call that zombie.
Oh, okay. So he came back
So
from the
come
dead.
back to
Oh my gosh. I didn't even know there was a term for
It's
it.
probably a better term now.
But
yeah.
it hurts so bad when you get ghosted like that. You're like, because you start thinking,
Yeah.
what's wrong with me? What did I do?
Yeah. That's why I always encourage people to treat it. I mean, you got to have your options open.
Yeah.
You can't get sold on one person.
Right away.
And I tell the same thing about jobs too. Like you got to put yourself out there. That way, if one job is dragging its feet, the other job might hit you and be like, "Hey, we think we want to hire you." And you're like, "Okay, cool." And then eventually, the other job comes back around like, "Yeah, I think we're ready to move forward." And you're like, "It's too late."
I've had a job that ghosted me, so this is
Yeah,
really relative.
same.
Yeah.
Same. So, yeah, you just gotta. What that looks like is just you texting, not getting a response. After numerous texts, they say don't double text, so don't do that. But if you text them one day, they don't
Give
respond.
him a call 3 days later. Hey, you live? You okay?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could do that. I would probably send another
But
text.
like, what is a guy thinking when they ghost you? Have you
Oh.
ghosted anyone ever?
No. I'd probably
Such
do
a
something
good man.
worse.
I was really waiting
I'd probably
for you
do
to be
something
like-
worse though. It's probably worse. It's like you just like kind of slowly fade into the background. Like you give like little. That's another hint too. You give them one word answers and stuff like that. So
Oh.
Yeah,
What does that mean? Like,
that
what is
means
the guy
that you're not
saying?
interested anymore.
Oh, so can you go from like I was interested to like not interested? How
You
does
could
that
say
work?
I was intrigued to not interested.
Oh.
I wouldn't say
okay.
that you're interested, or something else came along. You know how we were talking about your needs and your wants?
Yeah.
But man, this is what I need. But now this girl that I want came along.
Wow.
So now this one ain't gonna get all my attention anymore.
Wow. So this is someone that's like not in a good state of mind. Would
I
you
wouldn't
say?
say not a good state of mind. They just might not know what they want. I mean, they know what they want, but they're conflicted on their wants and their needs.
So it really is, when you said how you should approach dating, it really is imperative, like important that you get that nailed down, your wants and your needs, like
Oh, for sure.
right
If
away.
if you're serious about dating, yeah. If you're just trying to be willy nilly and stuff like that,
Right.
then I mean that's what comes with the game is getting ghosted.
Yeah.
And ghosting
The
others.
game.
I mean, I'm just saying.
No, but really, yeah.
So
So he's just not interested anymore. I just got to move on.
no, yeah, you're gonna look stupid by continuously trying to text the guy and he's not texting you back, or you're calling him and he's sending you straight the voicemail. Like you look, and then that makes him think, oh, she's psycho.
Or
Like,
she's desperate.
Yeah, that too. Like she keeps calling me, texting me. She keep blowing up my phone.
But like, okay, there's probably someone on the other side of the screen right now or whatever, if they're listening. They're like, well, why couldn't he just tell me? Like, what's the
I
deal?
mean, guys could ask the same question too, but I don't know. I just feel like that's an awkward conversation a lot of men probably don't want to have. Like, and they feel like you can take the hint, just like some girls feel like, oh, he should take the hint that we hang out all the time, that I like him. So guys do it the same way. Like, she should be able to take the hint that I'm not interested anymore.
With the one word answers or just the straight ghost.
Yeah.
Dang.
So you don't
That's
want to have that
deep.
awkward conversation. Just like you didn't want to tell him, well, I think I like you. We don't have that conversation. I'm like, it was fun, but I don't think you the one.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I would do that to guys just out of respect.
Well, yeah, some people
But,
do
like-
that, which is good to actually be like, you know what, we have fun, but I don't think, this is going to work out, which can throw you off because you're like, girl, we've been on 4 dates. We've been laughing, having a great time. And all of a sudden you like, I don't think this is going to work out, which could still throw a guy off for sure.
Just as bad as the
But at least it
ghosting.
gives you closure.
Yeah. Yeah. Ghosting just doesn't give you closure, I guess.
Nah, I mean, I feel like you get numb to it if it happens. 'Cause
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, if you're in the game, then you're going to get ghosted.
Quite a few times.
Right.
I think I've been ghosted twice.
So
Yeah.
you get kind of numb and not anticipated, but if it happens, then you're like, on to the next.
Yeah. You
Like,
get
you
used
have
to
to
it.
get back into the game.
It's like you get body checked in basketball or something.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah. You just get used to it.
You got to get back into the game. I wouldn't say you have to jump right back in, but you can't just like, you know what, forget it. This isn't for me. Because then you're going to be back there in your apartment just being like, well, I'm just waiting on God to send them to me. Come on, God. Send
Yeah,
the
this
DoorDash
perfect
man
dude.
to me.
Yeah, the DoorDash. Got your food. Don't want a relationship. It's horrible. Have you been ghosted before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every guy's been ghosted. If they say they haven't, they a lie.
That's true.
A
I think
whole
most of us
lot.
have been ghosted if we've really been in the game, like you said.
For sure. Unless you like someone who's like seriously famous. I feel like even famous people have been ghosted before.
Oh,
'Cause
probably.
Not,
Yeah.
Someone is, not everyone is someone's cup of tea.
I love that. When I figured that out, I was freed. Like, because I know I'm beautiful, right? Like, I've never had that. Like, my parents have always encouraged us. Like, you guys are really good looking kids. So I knew I was beautiful. So I would really be shook when someone, like,
Yeah.
didn't like me.
Right,
Like,
right,
does that
right.
mean I'm ugly?
Right,
No. Like, everybody has their cup of tea. Like, some guys just like gingers, like redheaded girls. And I am just not that. Some guys, like, blonde hair, blue eye. And I'm not blonde hair, blue eye.
And sometimes it's not even a physical thing. Sometimes it's just like, man, she's really nerdy and I really like that. And this girl is not nerdy.
Yeah.
And I just can't get with that. But she could be drop dead gorgeous.
A
But
supermodel.
yeah. But
Yeah.
if she's not up there mentally, then I'm just like, nope.
Yeah, see, and people have weird things that they like.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We're all just so different.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool to know. We did 9. Is there like a 10th situation that you would like to offer up?
No. You should know better than put me on the spot like that.
Let me see if I can come up with a 10th one. How about this? Because we did say 10 in the title. Put a situation maybe you've encountered in the comments, or hit me up, Marte Music, on all platforms, Instagram, TikTok. Let me know if there's a situation, and we will get Carlos back on to answer that. So the 10th one was a hook. I'm sorry. Apologize deeply.
Clickbait.
Clickbait. Sorry. I really thought that he'd come up with a 10th one, so I was really ready
You
for that.
know me for how long?
Too long. Okay. Let me see if I can come up with one more just for the sake of this not being clickbait. Yeah, it's just not going to happen. Andre's laughing in the back. He's laughing. He said no, his throats. Well, I love this video. I love this time with you, mostly because it's you, but like the content. If I was still in the dating scene, like low key, I would look this stuff up. Like, why did he ghost me? Like, you know what I mean? And then,
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of videos out there about that.
yeah, and you get these guys that are making like a living off of telling
That's
girls
true.
what guys are thinking, and I feel like it keeps you wondering.
Yeah.
So you keep coming back to their content, they leave you
That's
like
true.
hanging. And I just, man, that made my heart almost sick sometimes. Like, I just need clarity. And I will leave you guys with this. No matter who you are, no matter if you're on the guy side, the girl side, whatever, I will say this. Havilah Cunnington, she's an incredible speaker, author. She said one time, make sure not to only just wait for people's verbal answers, like really accept the nonverbal ones too. So like, even with my friends, if I say, hey, do you want to hang out today? If I don't get a response after 3 or 4 hours, I just take it as a no. Like they said no to me. It's not happening. And just move on. Like you really do have the power to give yourself closure. And I think that's something I've learned as I've gotten older and been through the dating game and the friendship woes. And it's like, if somebody doesn't give you closure, you don't need to have them give you closure. Just give yourself closure and say, all right, they said no. Like they haven't responded to me. So if he goes to you, like, he's like not interested and I got to move on, and don't take it personal. Probably just not his cup of tea, but you are somebody's cup of tea. Like guys, there's guys that love skinny girls, guys that love bigger girls, guys that love fit girls, guys that love lanky girls, blonde hair, blue eyes, red hair, puffy hair, big hips, whatever.
You gonna go through all of those?
I'm not gonna go through all of them, but I just want to encourage you, no matter what you look like, you might think no one's interested, but there is not one standard that guys love. I think it's the same with girls. There's not one standard that girls love. So yeah, be encouraged. Love y'all. Leave a comment. Let us know how this hit, if it really helped you to get some freedom. That's what we're after here. And I will see you after you subscribe, of course, in our next video. All right, bye.